some people will argue with you that in other climes also, monies are doled out, maybe not at the primaries, they're doled out behind closed doors and all of that. So
the monies that are doled, I can talk about America because I lived there for a while. You don't get it the way we get it. If you come to my community to dole money to me, I'll probably tell you one thing or the other, that we expect you to do this. You didn't do it. When are you going to do it? Who is going to do it and when? Basically, as a politician, you don't have the funds to do it. You probably say, oh, Mark runs an engineering firm, he's with us, and he's going to do that and that for you. So at the end of the day, it's not what we do here that we're doling dollars like it's cookies. We're doling dollars like it's cookies. So that factor of politicking is not nice for our politics, because you seldom find somebody who goes to the bank to borrow money and doles it out to people and he doesn't win. It becomes a bad factor in the internal democracy of that same house. That's
sorry, some people will say that yes, that form is a lot more crude. It's crude,
that's right.
preferred than what happens perhaps in other climes. But do you ever see us moving from, distributing raw cash or things that are so obvious to maybe a more subtle form? Do you see us evolving over time?
I can see that. I wish that. I pray for it, and I am sure we're working towards it. You see, because lately we had some states where the now present governor started the use of that word, stomach infrastructure. But at the end of the day, we did our own survey. Stomach infrastructure or no stomach infrastructure, the guy won fair and square. He beat all his openings from their own zones. From their own zones. In politics, your weight in politics starts from your home zone. If you can't win within your own home zone, you don't have political clout. And that guy beat all comers from their own home zone to the state level. So I give it to him. Whatever he must have used, he used more of politics than stomach infrastructure, because all parties use stomach infrastructure in terms of doling out whatever they feel like, be it rice, be it cash. But I guess from the example of that particular state I'm talking about, we are improving. Negate the fact that there is trouble there. We are not dealing with that as we speak. There is trouble there. But the core of it is he practiced politics enough to make him win by a landslide.
Now let's move, because we're not talking specifically about that state.
That's why I didn't mention it.
You brought in stomach infrastructure as something that is now being prevalent because both political parties are doling out cash, and I was asking if we will ever move from that. Now, but moving on, do you have any fears? Because a lot of people will say that a critical factor in all of this is the umpire. Do you see that we have an umpire that is prepared ahead of the 2015 elections?
Oh, Margaret, thank you. I guess I was here with you guys after the Anambra elections. Honestly, I capited Jaga. I once said it to his face that if you're man enough, tell Nigerians you made a mistake so that we can agree that you will improve on it. And honestly, the man said it on air that he made a mistake in Anambra. After Anambra, there was an improvement. Ekiti is an improvement. Osho is an improvement. The only grounds we have, Trupito has, about those two elections was the presence of military. I'm not talking about security. I'm talking about military personnel, which is not good for politicking, because we cannot extrapolate that on a national level. But be that as it may, Jaga is learning as he goes. But the thing is, he needs to listen to himself first. That's one. Two, he needs to listen, he must listen to the man who pays him. So he's at crossroads.
Who is the man who pays him? I thought Nigeria paid him.
Nigeria pays him. Who handles the purse strings of Nigeria? Somebody does. And that somebody belongs to a political party. The African parlance says if you're given a hoe to till the soil, you till to yourself. So that in itself, the man is at crossroads. He's now living between his conscience and what he must do because somebody said that.
But the question is, I mean, in terms of the process that you've seen so far, what we've seen with the permanent voters card distribution, what we've seen with continuous voter registration, do you think are these processes instilling confidence in you ahead of 2015 elections?
The idea is lofty, beautiful. The implementation is short and being lofty. You see, CVR, Continuous Voters Register, is a continuous affair. And I guess we shouldn't make that an issue. Because we can afford to say, some Nigerians, sorry, we can't capture you now, we'll do that next time. And face the nitty-gritty of the ones you have on hand that you have not been able to implement properly. And that is the case of the PVC. Honestly, if I can ask Jaga one straight-laced question, of all Nigerians that should have a PVC, how many have you given?
Do you have your PVC?
I do.
How's the process to collect it?
Honestly, because I have an advantage in my area, we were using a primary school, and then we were about maybe 300-400. And then I guess it has to do with the kind of people around there. Everybody comes in, rather than crowding the agents, we'll sit down somewhere and then tell the agent, I've seen my name, I've seen my number. When you said for me, call me. So we're busy discussing something else where the kids were busy doing their own jobs. But at the same time, most people have gone against the shoddiness of the distribution. One of the things I complained about that day in my own PU was they were having loose leaves of those things. And I told the girl, for God's sake, you will probably go bonkers here if you're doing that. The things are in serial. Why don't you pin them? Pin them down so you run this way, not shuffle the papers. At the end of the day, it will take you 5 hours to do what you can do in 5 minutes. Not just that. The people are complaining about non-availability of power, non-availability of that, but I still think Jaga needs to bring in people, analysts, and people that know a little bit of strategy, a little bit of engineering, a little bit of administration. You don't just throw half-baked people to go and distribute PVC. Okay. So somebody somewhere will just, they've been bulldozed in some instances. Somebody will just walk in and say, hey, good morning, my children, how are you doing today? There goes a packet of PVCs. Mr.
Bakare, we're out of time, but just before we go, you've spoken to the umpires, you've spoken to the politicians, but what would you say to the electorate, the voters, real quick?
My electorate are unfortunate followers, because in most cases, everything we do is shoved down our throats. Your PVC, you can't get at your own pace. Your votes are not counted at your own pace. But what I'm saying is this: let us pray to God that things get better. A better leadership will enhance a better followership.
Thank you so much. We've been speaking to Mr. Bola Bakare of the Truth Be Told Network. Thank you for coming on the show.
Brother. I'm glad to be here.
And this is where we say thank you for being such nice company and letting us be a part of your morning. But before we say goodbye, I think Mokwe is hanging somewhere. So we'll be back shortly to say goodbye. Well, I guess it's the point where we say welcome and goodbye.
Thank you for watching. I'm Mokwe Ogun.
And I'm Neil Teg. Have yourself a great day.